Welcome back now to the fight to bring a life-saving cancer treatment to Australia. It's called Hyperthermia and it's currently only used in Europe, but one Aussie woman wants it approved here. Sunrise correspondent Michelle Tapper has the story. Michelle, why is this woman so determined?
Well, Jenny Barlow is a cancer widow who lost her husband 5 years ago, and she really believes that hyperthermia treatment could have saved his life. So since his death, she's been tirelessly raising money and trying to bring the equipment to Australia to get a formal study started. Let's take a look. It's hard to believe that just 2 years ago, 54-year-old Murray Pearson was at death's door. Diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, his chances of survival were less than 5%. And after 9 gruelling months of chemotherapy, Murray still wasn't cancer-free.
Chemotherapy was put to me as a necessary approach, but without any assurance of survival beyond that. In other words, my understanding was always that chemotherapy would buy me time.
His oncologist, Dr. David Grimes from Brisbane's Wesley Hospital. What are the chances of surviving stage 4 pancreatic cancer?
Nil, effectively. The chances of being alive at 5 years, 3 to 5 percentage points.
Refusing to give up, Murray, an army lawyer, did hours of research, finally discovering a highly effective cancer treatment called hyperthermia, available in Europe. The process works by heating up cells, allowing anti-cancer drugs to work more effectively.
It works on the principle that cancer cells are somewhat more susceptible to heat than normal cells. When you heat up brain cancer cells, they bubble and squeak and burst just like they're full of water that is heated up and explodes.
With nothing to lose, Murray travelled to Germany in January to undergo 3 weeks of treatment at the Herzog Hospital. Professor Karl Munoz Ferrada is a medical scientist at Gamasonics Institute and says there's no doubt the treatment works.
Hypothermia is a technique which needs to be considered seriously in Australia. It will be a great asset to the medical community and to the patients.
He's teamed up with cancer widow Jenny Barlow, who's been fighting for 5 years to have the equipment brought to Australia.
Even though it's a challenge, I am not daunted by it. I believe that it is important and cancer is rising.
There are people who have had fantastic results from it, and you can understand why they are great advocates of this treatment.
So far, the Department of Health hasn't approved the treatment, but Jenny is pushing for a formal study.
We have to do better. We can do better. That's what I want to see.
And as for Murray, well, when he returned home, his diagnosis was almost unbelievable. Even his oncologist is cautiously optimistic. Cancer-free for almost a year, Murray believes the treatment saved his life. And Murray paid about $25,000 for his 3-week treatment in Germany, which also included the cost of flights. So he's hoping the treatment will be made available here, so cancer patients don't have to fly the 25 hours or so to Europe, and also hopefully it will be more cost effective.